The way I begin is the way life listens. Healing begins with gentleness. I am allowed to arrive exactly as I am. Before anything else happens, I pause. I let myself arrive in this moment just as I am, without rushing forward and without looking back. There is nothing I need to fix right now. There is nothing I need to become. This moment is already open to me. I gently place one hand over my heart. I notice my breath moving in and out, naturally, without effort. With each breath, I feel myself settling, not trying to do anything right, simply allowing myself to be here. This is how healing begins. The morning is not just a time on the clock. It is an energetic beginning. It is a quiet conversation with life. The way I begin is the way life listens. When I wake, my body is still warm with sleep. My mind still soft and impressionable. My subconscious is wide open, listening closely, learning how to meet the day. In these early moments, life is not judging me or testing me. Life is responding to the tone I set. The morning is a mirror. The morning is a teacher. The morning is an invitation. It asks me very gently, how do you wish to be treated today? Not because life is rewarding or punishing me, but because life is responsive. It reflects the vibration I offer first. When I begin the day with tension, worry, or self-criticism, life learns that this is the language I am speaking, and it responds in kind. But when I begin with kindness, even the smallest amount, something shifts. I do not need a perfect day to be worthy of love. I only need a kind beginning. This is such an important truth. I do not need to feel motivated, inspired, or positive. I do not need to have a plan or a solution. All I need is one soft moment of approval. One moment where I say to myself, I am here. And that is enough. As I allow that thought to land, I notice how my body responds. My shoulders soften, my breath deepens, my jaw loosens. The body knows when it is being met with kindness. It responds immediately. Safety begins to replace tension, and safety is where healing lives. This is not about forcing happiness. It is not about pretending everything is fine. It is about choosing gentleness instead of pressure. Gentleness is powerful. When I choose to greet myself kindly in the morning, I am teaching my nervous system that it does not need to brace for the day. I am letting my body know that it is not under attack, not from the world and not from me. So often, without realizing it, I hurt myself first thing in the morning. I replay old mistakes. I predict exhaustion. I tell myself the day will be hard before it has even begun. These habits are not harmless. They are small acts of self-abandonment, and they can be changed. Right now, I choose something different. I choose to be here with myself. There is no judgment in that choice. There is no demand. There is only presence. When I stop attacking myself at the beginning of the day, my body relaxes, my mind softens, and life begins to meet me from a different place. This is why the beginning matters so much. The first moments of the day are sacred. They are not meant to be rushed or filled with urgency. They are meant to orient me towards safety, towards support, toward trust. I am learning that healing does not begin with effort. It begins with kindness. And as I settle into this understanding, I feel ready to take this gentleness a little further into the first hour of my day, where the foundation for everything that follows is quietly and lovingly set. There is something sacred about the first hour of the day. It is quiet, unformed, still listening. The world hasn't rushed in yet, and I have a choice not about what will happen, but about how I will meet it. This is not about productivity. It's not about achieving a perfect morning routine. It's about safety, because safety is the foundation of everything. Clarity, ease, peace, creativity, flow. If I begin my day braced against the world, life becomes a series of reactions. I move from tension. I make decisions from fear. I grip and strive, all the while wondering why peace feels so far away. But when I begin with safety, a quiet, loving return to myself, the entire day unfolds from a different energy. So I slow down. This first hour is not a race. It is not a test. It is a gentle reunion between my mind, my body, and my breath. When I rush, my nervous system hears, "You are not safe." When I immediately reach for news, messages, or obligations, my nervous system hears, "There's a problem." When I begin the day with self-criticism, even small things like, "I didn't sleep enough," "I look tired," "I should have done more yesterday," my nervous system hears, "You're not doing this right." These messages may be quiet, but they are constant. They shape my physiology. They tighten my muscles. They trigger cortisol and adrenaline. They set my entire system on edge. And most of the time, I don't even realize I'm doing it. I am not bad for these habits. I am not broken. I am simply running unconscious patterns. Patterns I learned long ago, often from others who were scared too. So now, with compassion, I begin to name these habits gently, reaching for my phone before my breath, criticizing my reflection before meeting my eyes, replaying yesterday before I've arrived in today, worrying before I've even stretched. This naming is not an attack. It is a kindness, a way of seeing clearly without shame. Because once I see it, I can choose again. I can replace attack with presence. I can say to myself in a quiet whisper that echoes through every cell, "I am here with myself." This is the core grounding thought. Not "I need to fix my life." Not "I need to be better." Just this: I am here with myself. And something happens when I say that. My chest loosens, my belly softens, my breath deepens. My body no longer feels like a battlefield. Because when I stop attacking myself, my body stops bracing. It begins to believe that it is safe to rest, safe to open, safe to receive. And the moment I feel safe, even for a breath, my entire system shifts. Life responds to this shift. When I support myself, the world supports me more easily. When I begin with kindness, the day becomes kinder. When I meet myself in the morning, life meets me with less resistance. This is not philosophy. It is biology. The nervous system listens before the mind does. It feels the tone of the day before any thought arrives. So instead of beginning with force, I begin with support. Instead of pushing myself into movement, I let movement rise from care. Even if the day is full, even if I have 100 things to do, even if challenges await, I still begin with this truth. I am allowed to be kind to myself first. This is not selfish. This is structure. When I make the first hour of my day a safe hour, everything else I do becomes more sustainable. I stop burning myself out trying to prove worth. I stop rushing from a place of fear. I begin from alignment, not alarm. And from this place of safety, I am ready to speak to myself in a new way, to offer my subconscious mind the kind of instructions it has been waiting to receive, not commands or criticisms, but affirmations, loving, clear, grounding messages that shape the way I think, feel, and live. Let's begin. Now that I have oriented my body towards safety, I begin to speak to myself in a new way, not with demands, not with pressure, but with affirmations, gentle, steady instructions that my body and subconscious can understand. Affirmations are not wishes. They are not something I say hoping they will come true someday. They are messages I offer to my inner world, teaching it what is safe to believe now. I remind myself of something very important. I do not need to believe these words fully for them to work. I only need to be willing. Willingness is enough. Willingness opens the door where force never could. So I begin with the foundation, the place where everything else grows. I say, softly and slowly, letting the words land. I love and approve of myself completely right now. I love and approve of myself completely right now. I love and approve of myself completely right now. Not later, not when I improve, not when I achieve something or get it right. Right now. This affirmation speaks directly to the deepest part of me, the part that has been trying so hard for so long. It tells the inner child that the struggle can end, that love is not conditional, that approval does not need to be earned, and when the inner struggle ends, change begins naturally. Change made from love is always gentle, always sustainable. I pause and notice how my body responds. There may be emotion, there may be resistance, there may be relief. All of it is welcome. Now I move to the next affirmation, one that gently guides my mind throughout the day. Everything I do today leads me to happiness and fulfillment. Everything I do today leads me to happiness and fulfillment. Everything I do today leads me to happiness and fulfillment. This does not promise a perfect day. It trains my attention. It teaches my mind to stop searching for proof that life is against me. It invites my awareness to notice support, lessons, and moments of grace. And what I look for, I begin to find. This is how the mind learns to cooperate with life instead of fighting it. Next, I turn toward my body, so often misunderstood, criticized, or ignored. I speak to it with kindness. My body is a safe and healthy place for me to live. My body is a safe and healthy place for me to live. My body is a safe and healthy place for me to live. These words matter more than I may realize. The body hears everything, and when it hears safety, it stops defending itself. Muscles soften, the immune system calms. Healing energy can move freely again. My body has always been on my side. This affirmation helps it remember that I am on its side too. Now I open myself to receiving gently, without strain. I say, I am open and ready to receive all the good life has for me. I am open and ready to receive all the good life has for me. I am open and ready to receive all the good life has for me. I do not need to struggle for good. I do not need to prove myself. I do not need to clench my fists around life. Life is generous by nature. When I open instead of resist, life responds. Finally, I remind myself of my power of choice, not as pressure, but as practice. Today is a wonderful day. I choose love and joy. Today is a wonderful day. I choose love and joy. Today is a wonderful day. I choose love and joy. Happiness is not a reward at the end of suffering. It is a choice I practice in small moments again and again, especially gently. And even when I forget, I can choose again. I let these affirmations settle into my body. They do not need to be forced. They will continue working long after I stop saying them. I remind myself, I am not behind. I am not broken. I am learning a new language, the language of love. And as I continue, I carry this reassurance with me. Gentleness is enough. Willingness is enough. I am enough. From here, I move forward softly, allowing everything that follows to unfold with the same care, patience, and compassion I have offered myself now. There is a moment on the healing path that surprises many people, a moment that feels confusing, even discouraging. It's the moment when I sit down to rest, to meditate, to breathe, and instead of peace, I feel discomfort. Maybe it's tightness in my chest. Maybe it's a sudden rush of thoughts. Maybe it's restlessness, irritation, or even tears I didn't expect. And the old thought comes in. This isn't working. I must be doing this wrong. I thought I was supposed to feel better. But what if the discomfort isn't a sign of failure? What if it's a sign of release? Many of us have lived for years in survival mode. Our bodies have adapted to pressure, speed, and bracing. Tension became our baseline. Even self-criticism became familiar, a strange kind of safety. And now, here we are, trying something different, offering ourselves softness, breathing slowly, being present, choosing not to attack ourselves first thing in the morning. And the body, so used to guarding, doesn't always know how to receive that. So it reacts. It trembles, it aches, it tightens before it lets go. This is not resistance. This is thawing. Like a river just beginning to melt after a long winter, things start to move. Sensations arise. Emotions surface. Thoughts we've been too busy to feel begin to speak. This is healing, not always comfortable, but deeply meaningful, because when love enters places where fear has lived for a long time, something has to give. The old protective layers, the ones that helped us survive, begin to soften. The body starts to test. Is it really safe now? Will I really not be abandoned this time? This is where patience becomes medicine. Instead of judging what arises, I breathe with it. This is my body remembering how to feel safe. This is not wrong. This is release. I let the sensations come and go like waves. I don't chase them. I don't analyze them. I don't fight them. I remind myself my body is releasing what it no longer needs. My job is to stay. I stay, not with perfection, but with presence. And each time I stay, each time I don't run, numb, or distract, I teach my nervous system a new truth. You are not alone anymore. For years, my body has carried everything. I've avoided tension, grief, old stories, protective armor. But now, with every kind breath, I send it a new message. You don't have to hold all of this alone. I am here now. And that message changes everything. Healing is not about chasing a better version of myself. Healing is about remembering safety, letting the body exhale, letting love reach the parts of me that had to hide. So when discomfort arises, I don't panic. I don't assume I've done something wrong. I breathe, I soften, I listen, and I trust that my body is wise, that it knows how to let go slowly when given support, that what feels like discomfort is often just old energy leaving. This is not a setback. It's a sign of movement, a sign of trust returning. Over time, I begin to notice the tension doesn't last as long. The fear doesn't speak as loudly. The softening becomes more familiar. The peace lasts a little longer. I don't need to rush this. I don't need to fix what arises. I only need to stay kind. I am safe to relax, even when it feels unfamiliar. I am safe to feel, even when it's uncomfortable. This is part of the release. This is part of the healing. From here, I begin to understand something even deeper, that meditation, rest, and inner work are not about escaping discomfort. They are about learning how to meet it with love. And that truth gently opens the door to a whole new way of seeing what meditation truly is. There is a quiet misunderstanding that often follows us into spiritual practice. The belief that to meditate correctly, we must silence the mind, sit perfectly still, and experience some kind of transcendence. And if that doesn't happen, we assume we've done it wrong. But what if there is no such thing as wrong meditation? What if meditation is not about achieving anything at all, not peace, not stillness, not clarity, but simply about allowing what is already present, allowing the thoughts to come and go, allowing the body to feel how it feels, allowing the breath to guide us gently back to this moment. Meditation is not a performance. It's a homecoming. The mind will think that is its job. Expecting it to be silent is like asking the ocean not to have waves. Instead of fighting the mind, I listen with kindness. I notice its thoughts without judging them. I don't try to force them away. I let them rise and fall like clouds passing through the sky of my awareness. And something beautiful happens when I do this. Stillness arrives naturally, not because I chased it, but because I stopped chasing anything else. Acceptance creates space. Space creates stillness. This is the end of the inner battle, the war between how I should feel and how I actually feel. And in that ending, peace begins. Let me guide myself now in a simple 5-minute heart-centered meditation. No pressure, no goal, just presence. I begin by placing one hand over my heart. I feel the warmth of my own touch. I let that warmth be a reminder. I am safe. I am here. I take a slow, gentle breath in and a long, easy breath out. I let my breath be my guide. I don't need to count it. I don't need to control it. I simply let it move in and out like waves on the shore. With each breath, I say quietly inside, I am safe to be here. I don't have to do anything right now. This moment is enough. If thoughts arise, I welcome them. If emotions stir, I breathe with them. If nothing happens, I let that be okay too. This is not a test. This is a return. I imagine my breath moving in and out of my heart, softening the space around it, reminding every cell that it's okay to rest. I offer this moment to myself as a gift, not to fix anything, not to become someone new, but to say with gentleness, I am with you. I am listening. I am not leaving. As I breathe, I let go of yesterday, not by analyzing it or fixing it, but by choosing not to carry it. I picture yesterday like leaves floating downstream. I do not cling to them. I do not dive in after them. I let them pass, knowing that I am allowed to begin again. This is what meditation truly is. A space where I tell the truth to myself. A space where nothing needs to be hidden. A space where the mind is not the enemy. It's a voice that just wants to be heard without judgment. I allow it. I don't have to feel peaceful to be healing. I don't have to empty my mind to be present. I don't have to get this perfect to let it work. This honesty is healing. It lets me rest. It lets my body soften. It teaches me to trust myself again, not some future version of me, but who I am right now. I take one last soft breath and gently return, carrying with me the truth that stillness is not a prize I earn, but a space I allow. And from this space of acceptance, I begin to open to something even deeper, the quiet voice of trust, the inner whisper of intuition, the knowing that I am being guided not by effort, but by the quiet power of presence. There's a gentle voice within me that has always known the way, but for a long time I couldn't hear it, not because it wasn't speaking, but because I wasn't ready to listen, not emotionally, not physically. not yet. Intuition doesn't need silence. It needs safety. That voice, the voice of my deep inner wisdom, speaks in a whisper, not a shout. It doesn't compete with fear. It doesn't argue with urgency. It waits patiently for me to become soft enough to hear it. When I'm in survival mode, when I'm bracing, rushing, trying to get everything right, I mistake anxiety for instinct. I confuse overthinking with clarity. I make choices out of fear of what might go wrong, instead of trust in what could go right. This is not because I'm broken. It's because survival thinking drowns out the quiet voice of wisdom. But when I breathe deeply, when I place a hand on my heart, when I slow down and say, I am safe, something inside me shifts. I begin to hear that whisper again. It doesn't give me long to-do lists. It doesn't flood me with certainty. It offers a calm knowing, like a soft nudge in the right direction. A word, a phrase, a picture, a sense of when to pause and when to proceed. Intuition feels like peace, not pressure. It feels like alignment, not urgency. It feels like a remembering, not a command. That's the most beautiful part. I'm not learning how to be wise. I'm remembering that I already am. This is why meditation isn't about emptying myself. It's about becoming quiet enough to hear what was already there. The guidance that's been patiently waiting behind the noise. My body carries ancient wisdom. My heart knows what feels true. My intuition does not rush, and I don't have to either. As I begin to live this way gently, with presence, I notice something surprising. The answers I was chasing start to arise naturally. Not all at once, not in dramatic revelations, but slowly, softly, in moments of clarity that feel undeniably right. A sentence will come to me when I'm washing the dishes. A decision will feel obvious after a good night's sleep. An idea will arrive when I'm walking, breathing, not thinking hard at all. This is the rhythm of real wisdom. It doesn't demand. It doesn't threaten. It invites. And as I learn to trust that rhythm, I also learn to let go of rigidity. I give myself permission to change, to evolve the way I practice, the way I believe, the way I live. I am not here to remain loyal to methods that no longer support me. I am not here to force old tools to work when my soul is asking for something new. My inner truth matters more than tradition. My alignment matters more than approval. My peace matters more than performance. This is radical self-trust. This is the return to inner authority. I begin to ask myself gently and often, what feels true now? What wants to change? What is no longer mine to carry? The more I ask, the more I hear. And the more I trust, the more guidance I receive. This is not about perfection. It's about relationship with myself, with life, with the part of me that has always known. I don't need to prove myself to be wise. I don't need to earn access to clarity. I only need to stay open. As I do, I realize that this entire path, this return to the heart, this softening, this remembering, is an act of deep self-respect. It is not weak. It is not passive.